So one of the first things I'm going to do is find out how it's wired. Okay, so most new builds, they'll take all the loop down to the switch. So if you don't know what that is, it's where you've come from the consumer unit, for example, gone down to the switch, and then back out of the switch to your next switch and so on. And then you've got to switch live and neutral up to here, which is what they've done, which is most new builds, that is. So what I need to do is join onto this one, once that's sorted, and put it in an appropriate junction box on there. So now I need to figure out is which way the joists go, whether they go this way or they go this way. So that's my first port of call, but I'm going to try and use that. So the Stud Buddy is, I find, is the best way of finding out with this, because what it does is basically a magnet on the bottom of it, and it should, in theory, pick up where you've got plasterboard fixings. So there's one. So we'll put a little mark on there, and then if they're going this way, it should be a similar. Yeah, so as expected, because usually it's the shortest span, is it right, Kian? Shortest span, so which is this way. So we now know that our joists are going to be running that way, so we're going to have to do a series of holes along here. So what we're going to use is the 100mm hole saw right by the side of the joist, and then we're going to be able to drill through and get our run all the way. So we're going to put 6 downlights in here. Roughly speaking, I'm going to be trying to go a metre off this wall, metre off that wall. If I can get one smack bang in the centre, we will do, and then, like I say, space them all out, and then they can all be dimmed and all the rest of it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mark out the ceiling and find out exactly where all our joists are. Okay, so we've now took down the light, we've put it into a junction box as we speak right now. So what it turns out is that the actual joists go the other way, so they actually go here, this way. So what I've actually picked up on this lot is actually a joist line, by all accounts. So we've now measured out, so we're going to go 102 out, basically, both sides. So we're going to put the six down, and then Kian's just going to set up the laser level to go through, because that's what we've got on at the minute, on the old green beam. I don't know whether you can see that, to be honest, but yeah, so that's what we're planning on sorting out right now. So we're going to get those all rodded through. So the idea is that we're going to drill a few holes. So I've got a joist here, a joist here. So we're going to drill one here, but first we're going to do the downlight hole, because we might be able to pick that cable up, because it comes from that direction anyway. So we might be able to pick that up and drag another one through and have no damage this side, and it's just going to be one hole a bit further over. So right, so I'm going to drill that hole out and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so we've marked them all out. We're going for 870mm, that is, away from that end, 870 that end. So we're going to drill these through now. We're going to hopefully, so we've marked them all up. The one thing I always do as well is use like a rough screwdriver like that and stick it through the hole where it is, give it a bit of a twist round, make sure that we're not hitting any of the joists and stuff that are there. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do now. We're going to drill through, and hopefully we should all be good. You can, Kian, you can have that screwdriver. Kian just likes like wrecking ceilings. Cool. So we'll drill this one out and see what's what. There's a noggin there. That's okay. Okay, so there's a noggin there, so we'll have to take care of that. That's the one for the centre. That is, Kian. So, Kian, if you want to drill the rest of them out, I'm going to see if I can find that. They'll do the job. Right, so we'll proceed to cut all these out and then we'll show you once we've done them. Okay, so where we're at right now, so we've managed to pull that cable that was actually feeding the centre light back, so we haven't got any damage this way. Obviously we've got to patch this up anyway, which regardless we're going to have done that. So it just leaves us with actually going and doing one hole here that was extra, so which is a massive bonus. So what we'll do, we'll get this next one cut out. We will have to use a bigger hole saw to get through, and then we can then start. I'll show you the downlights and how I go about wiring them. But I think you'll agree that me and Kian would make awesome hooker duck champions. You spent many years practicing the art of hooker duck. Okay then, so today's video is sponsored by Tradeify. For those of you who don't know what Tradeify is, it's a job management software. So we've been using it for a couple of years now, and we do literally everything from it. So one of the things, just to give you an example, on this particular job, which helped to secure doing these downlights, was actually the speed and the turnaround of actually coming out from physically on-site quoting to when I actually sent it out. Also, it sent a text reminder to say that their quote is ready, which then they linked on straight away, asked me a few questions via email. Yeah, not a problem, wanted to alter a few little bits, nice and easy, and here we are doing the job. So proof's in the pudding. If you want to give it a try, it is a completely free trial, so you don't put any bank details in or anything like that. If you hit the link in the description, which I'll put in there below, if you like it, use the promo code GHAWK50, you'll get 50% off for the first 3 months. But like I say, it's a 14-day free trial. And like I say, we run our whole company via that. So, right, let's get stuck into the video. Okay, so Kian's taking care of the holes that I've made. It's very good like that, in fairness. So what Kian's doing is using a bit of batten, so a bit of roofing batten, to brace obviously over the holes. So what obviously then we'll do is, because it's really important that obviously where you've cut out the hole that you use the same like bit of plasterboard, because obviously you've got the plaster thicknesses and all that sort of stuff. So then what we'll do, we'll whack some filler in all around here. So this one's a bit trickier because we've got a bit of a void. We'll probably have to put a bit of foam in there and let that go off, and then do that. But we found that it's the best way of taking care of it when you've got bigger areas. You can sand the expanding foam back, but obviously what we need to do is just stop the filler just getting pushed all the way back through. And then, like I say, we've just got that one, so it's not too bad, to be fair, on here. So I'm just going to start wiring up all the lights. So I'll get these three sorted. So we're using these downlights made by Bright Source today. So these ones are completely colour selectable. On here you can also change the wattage on there, and they come with little connector blocks, which most of them do now anyway. And then you've got 3 different coloured bezels as well. So whether you wanted white, brush chrome or polished chrome, that's what we're using. Okay, so we're done in this section now. So Kian's just having a square up after replacing and repairing the ceiling, so above my head here. So we will put the filler in. Obviously we've got to put more filler in than what's needed to obviously then sand back for a smooth finish. So one of the little things which Kian hadn't seen, to be fair, was the coverings that we use for the TV. So you can probably not quite see it very well, and for like that paint in there. So they've actually got a covering on it. They're just a PVC roll with a sticky tape that's already attached to it. So you stick that on the back, and then the static actually makes it stick to the telly. So it's really cool, to be fair, and it protects the customer's TV. No dust on it whatsoever, although there's minimal dust in here anyway. But yeah, so just a little top tip. I think you can get that on your retailer that you can order stuff, and you get it dropped off the next day. It comes from there. So the other jobs that we've done, I'll show you those. So one of the other little jobs that we've done is, so this one here is, that used to be just a normal drop light, but then it used to catch on the actual door itself. So every time you opened it, it would hit the shade. So we've put a downlight in, just drilled it further back, because they've put noggins in on all of these. There's all noggins there. So we drilled it further back, and then we'll fill that bit. And then we've just changed, again, another loop batten holder up there for an actual bulkhead, which is actually much brighter than what they had before. So it's much better, in fairness, and a much better use of light. So the next jobs for me and Kian then is on the landing. So on the landing up here, hopefully it's not gone mental, which it probably has, is that we've got to put some downlights up here somewhere. So we're going to put 2 across here, and then we'll see what is what. So while we're going through it, I just thought I'd show you the inside of these. Okay, so they're just a little push fit connector. So you've got live earth neutral, neutral earth live on there. Hopefully you can see that all right. And then the key thing is obviously to making sure that you've got, it's making sure that you've got all your actual outer sheathing is actually all within that enclosure. Other than that, it's not, they're not rocket science, they're pretty straightforward. So we're just going to put this room back to normal now, before then we start upstairs.